words. For this presentation, I will try to make you understand with some projects we did and others we didn't do, and we will never do, unfortunately, to make you understand what, in our point of view, architecture and design is about. So, like Massimiliano said, so we try, if we develop projects, to make us understand what is the situation, where we would, as you know, for international planners, it's, we have our culture, there are other cultures, we always find something we have together, which is the collective identity, and other things which are different. So we try to figure out what we have together, and what we can learn, what we can create together, and then we try to find the right emotions, and maybe to find some parts of the nature, some parts we find, to create something very new. So to create architecture which is different from just a building. So building is one thing, and technique, like before, air conditioning is very important right now, but we have to put everything together. We want to create something new, and we also tried this in the past, to create something new. When I want to start to explain you the first project, which is a project we did in 1992, which is the Graffiti Museum in Knoll, France, which is the museum which is in the mountain. So they found old drawings, old graffitis of prehistoric drawings, and Massimiliano was asked to let's say in the beginning of his sculptural career, to make an entrance. So of course you have nature, and what could be greater than nature? It's hard to make an entrance which is not disturbing new element, but which is something which comes from the nature, and what is nature by itself. So the idea for the entrance was a study of prehistoric animals which come out of this museum. So there are some similar drawings, and we try to study what is maybe the main trend. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so basically it's made also in a quite natural material. It's rusty steel. So it's rusty steel and wood, which marks the entrance. So you can see how this large element is not only out of, it's also inside the whole of the mountain. So you can see the view you have if you look out. So this is the general ambience. So if you see the scale, this is a human being. It really plays so much with the strength of nature together with a small individual. Give them a strong feeling. If you see this is the entrance, so this is also the exit. So if you come out of the museum, you have a really strong connection to the nature, which was the strongest emotion, I guess, that you could have if you work with nature. Another project which Massimiliano developed also in the 90s was, let's say, the most simple architecture you could imagine. This is the Maison des Arts in Bordeaux, which is a design school basically, and it's always a discussion between reduce to the max, or design pure, or design just to be designed, or all these theories, very good. So the idea was to take some very simple elements, so the simplest elements in the box. You have a simple box and you have another box, and then you try to put them together, then they're not simple anymore. So very simple idea, putting together in a normal way. It's just a little bit not the way like you would put them together normally, and so you get a complex project, which is this. So the idea is, if you want to make a box, a box is a box, and this should be so simple like it is. And if you close it, it should you should really feel the box. So it's not a formal aspect, but if you design, if we design, and we try to find the pure forms, we should really go from the big scale. So we have one box on the top, we have another box under, but then go also in detail to make it a brilliant work. Here you can see how you can look through. They're very much about light, these projects. From the beginning, you've seen the building of Knoll, the entrance where you come out of the dark and you go to the light. And also here, this is the students' room where students draw, and you light from the top, and you look outside. It's something in between. No, it's not something in between. It's both. It's like a really good study of functionalism. So what you really want to have, what you really need, you need light, you want to look out, but then also to give them a form which is something different. You can deliver. Next project. This is a project in Vienna, in Austria. These are twin towers, which is one of the earliest drawings. Again, the same idea, starting from a simple box. It's a high-rise building, and you can make high-rise buildings in this way or in this way. You can move there, you can do everything what you want, but they have to be interesting. So what is more simple than having just a box, but treat it in a simple way, put it together in a different way. So we call it what is in between, because I mean, what you need is an office building. You need light. It has to be very functional. It has to be the right climate, of course. But you can also have some space. In the space, in the high-rise, there's always the space outside. You have great views. You have reflections in the facade. You can look through the building. Of course, you have the roof, which is always very important for us. We treat buildings like we design buildings. We never stop to design. I mean, it's like always we say it's the fifth facade, but it is the roof is really one of the most important things of the project, because most people forget it. And so we come from the general idea of design architecture, and we really try to treat every piece in the right way. So everything is treated in the right way, and we call this a good, nice architecture. So you can have the feeling, so this is what is in between. I guess it's brilliant. You can see the reflection of the city, you can see the city, you can see through the buildings. And you have also a base underground where you have glass on the roof. And from here, this is a cinema complex with a lot of retail space, and in the halls, in the glass room, you can see from even underground. You can see the sky, and in the sky you can see our buildings. And this is what you see when you come from south to Vienna and south side. So this is the element, but the design is not only this element, which is the first high-rise building which was built here. We won in a competition, the master plan for all this area. So now there are several more high-rise buildings, getting even more. So this is our twin towers, which is a great entry symbol for the city. Another project we do in Israel, Jaffa Study Center. Because if we talk about emotions, I guess the strongest emotion what we can feel is peace. And we always, I mean, everybody wants peace, but there is not. And there was a competition.